Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They come for reasons they can't even fathom. I'm not sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door, as innocent as children, longing for the past. They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. That when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Been erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. There could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Braves coming. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff. I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our band here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture, our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
Good afternoon, boys and girls. Welcome into Milwaukee Brewer versus the St. Louis Cardinals. First game of a double dip. As we're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Brewers looking for the sweep. Good to see folks in the chat, and it's an odd starting game, so I'm sure people will filter in as we get this game going. Good to see you, Chop Shop. I think I saw Everybody Loves Raymond and Robert. As soon as the 3D kicks in, we will kick it. Who is everybody pull for, by the way? I'm kind of curious about that. Are you a Brew Crew or are you a Cardinals? I don't really have a dog in this hunt. We're just calling it a game. We picked this game because we knew it was going to be a pretty big matchup. And the way the Cubs have fallen off the board, man, this series is even bigger now. Very strange. You don't see a team have two 10-game winning streaks in a year and a 10-game losing streak. That's where the Cubs are at. John, did your what were they called? The Golden Knights? Did they advance? I know you were pulling for them. I think most drunks like John and me always have a special spot in their heart for the Brew Crew. Milwaukee Brewers are wearing their home whites. It's kind of an off-white, like an eggshell white. Brewers across the chest in blue, outlined in gold blue ball caps. And we're just about set for pitch by pitch, waiting for that 3D to kick in. Yes, sir. It is baseball time in Milwaukee. And the first pitch is a strike to Weatherholt right there. It's one. Looks like it has kicked in, so let me pull the screen up. And we will turn this off. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. Weatherholt. It's going to be an F9 in your scorecard, and there is quickly one away. Left to right across the outfield for the Brewers, it's Churio, Mitchell, and Frelick around the horn, third to first. Rengifo, Hamilton, Terang, Bowers, and Contreras. Patrick is on the bump. The Knights did sweep. Okay, that's what I thought. So I guess I'm pulling for the Canadians. There's no way I'm pulling for the Hurricanes. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss by Herrera, the number 2 hitter. It's 0-1. It's Weatherholt, Herrera, Burleson, the top 3 hitters for the Cardinals today. After that will be followed by Jordan Walker, Gorman, Wynn, Torres, Paez behind the plate, and Victor Scott the second, batting 9th. This is the 0-1 pitch. Cutter. Swung on, fouled straight back. It's 0-2. Round the left, right in the outfield, it's Churio, Mitchell, and Frelick, and around the horn, Rengifo, Hamilton, Terang, and Bowers, Contreras behind the plate, and Patrick on the hill. Wasn't sure if I got the whole 9 in, but there you go. The 0-2 from Patrick. Swing. Chopper back to the mound, and it'll be a 1-3 putout and one away. That's why I liked him when I was a kid. Well, the main reason is because the Braves came from Milwaukee. And I knew as a young kid, because I'd read up on it, like I was one of those early age, couldn't get enough of baseball history. So knowing that they came from Boston and Milwaukee, I always had kind of a fondness for the Red Sox and the Brewers. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch on the way, swing and a miss, four-seamer up top. It's 0-1. When the Red Sox got really good and won that first World Series in 04, I had a little bit of a distaste for the Red Sox because I knew too many people in the Mid-South that had turned coat and became Red Sox fans. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Your umpires for today, behind the plate, it's Todd Titchener. First base umpire, Tyler Jones. Clint Vondrek is manning second, and down the third base line, it's Adam Hamari. The 0-2 pitch, and does not get the call. Contreras was trying to walk it off. He was heading to the dugout. Missed the spot by about an inch, maybe 2. Just see the controversy with Abner Uribe, the reliever of the Brew Crew last night. The 1-2 pitch, swing, chops it over towards second, and that's going to be a 4-3 putout. And the St. Louis Cardinals go down 1-2-3 when we return. Dustin May and the St. Louis Cardinals. Yep, Sideshow Bob on the bump when we return.
Sometimes I think, and then I forget.
Watching Pedro Martinez got me to thinking. I got to witness one of the greatest, most dominating stretches for a pitcher in Major League history. In 1997, not only did he become the only Expo ever to win a Cy Young Award, he also led the league in half a dozen pitching categories. Also that season, he became the first pitcher since Walter Johnson to reach 300 strikeouts with an ERA under 2. Just 2 years later, he won the pitching Triple Crown, finishing with a 23-4 record, a 2.07 ERA, and 313 strikeouts. He became the only 20th century pitcher to notch 300 strikeouts in a season without being 6 6 feet tall. His 1.74 ERA in 2000 was the lowest in the American League since 1978. Even more impressive was the fact that the next closest pitcher in the American League was more than double his ERA. His 118-36 record from 1997 to 2003 almost doesn't seem real, considering this is at the height of the steroid era. I'm fully convinced those 7 years are the best in MLB history, considering the time frame, the hitter-friendly park he pitched in. Do you think another pitcher had a more dominant stretch?
The countdown continued throughout the last games of the season. Game 159, 160, 161, they all passed. And still Roger Maris did not connect with that big. The tension built right up to the last game of the season. This was Maris' last chance.
October 1st, 1961, game number 162.
I imagine after all this is over, somebody may write a story about the month-long, day in, day out, excruciating pressure.
To just think back of that day now, I tell you, I was so mentally tired and wore.
In the 4th inning, he walked into the batter's box against Red Sox rookie Tracy Stallard.
They're standing up, waiting to see if Maris is going to hit number 61.
Now, all of us are on the threshold of the greatest performance in baseball history.
Here's the windup. Fastball hit deep to right. This could be it. Way back there. Holy cow!
Welcome back. Dustin May on the hill for the St. Louis Cardinals. First pitch on the way, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Good to see you, Richard Talley. Sideshow lifts his red glove and brings it. Misses high, 2-0. Secretly have always wanted him to end up as an Atlanta Brave. Not gonna lie. 2-0 count. Turns and kicks, swing, chopper down the line. I think what it more had to do with it wasn't the fact that he celebrated. It was it's not really the Milwaukee Brewers type of thing. So Pat Murphy immediately jumped on it and actually addressed it at the post-game press conference as the 2-1 swing and a miss to Yelich, 2-2. But the other thing was him gyrating, and we've seen this a couple of times from the Giants this year, and fans just don't want their kids to have to see that. I think that's essentially, I don't think it was the fact that he celebrated, it was the way he celebrated the 2-2. Swing, fouls it away, we'll do it again. Giants have done a couple of them. I don't know what their obsession is with it. The first one, all three of them were gyrating towards each other, which was weird and creepy in itself. And then the next one that I saw, I think it happened over the weekend, was one outfielder is the 2-2 pitch, swing, punches it foul, third base side, we'll do it again. He gyrated and the other two outfielders fell down as he gyrated. And it's just, I get it, because if you had kids and you took them to the game, you don't want to see that. So I do understand that part of it. The 2-2 pitch, swing, fouls it back. So if nothing else, Yelich is making Dustin May gyrate over here. This will be pitch number, my count's right, this pitch number 8 about to hit. The 2-2. Richard, you were once a Cardinal fan, weren't you? The pitch on the way, swing. Whistles it foul down the line. Man, Yelich. I do need Yelich to get going in my Dynasty Fantasy League. So when I said I had no dog in this hunt, I do have him on my team. And my team laid a big old you-know-what burger this past week. I fell in the standings a little bit. Most points in the league, and I guess they went out partying on Memorial Day weekend. It's the only thing I got. The 2-2 pitch to Yelich. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So May wins that battle, but that might help the Brewers win the war, as he exhausted 9 pitches on that first at bat. I think it's good for baseball when the St. Louis Cardinals are good. That's just I'm a firm believer of that. Never been a Cardinal fan except for when I was a kid. but we'll say the last 30 years I haven't been a Cardinal fan, is the four-seam fastballs right there at the knees. It's on one. And they were birds on the bat, and they had Vince Coleman was the main reason why I was a Cardinal fan. He was from my hometown, and when I found that out, I was locked in as that being my second team that I would always watch as a kid. The 0-1 outside wide, 1-1. And the other factor is, so TBS always came on cable, right? And I got access to TBS with the Atlanta Braves on cable in North Florida as a kid. The 1-1 pitch. Below the knees. Called for a strike. Cherry was not going to challenge. That ball did miss the zone by about an inch. But in my bedroom, I did not have cable. I just had rabbit ears. Well, rabbit ears, you would get the game of the week. Saturday afternoon and Monday night is the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Wild swing at the sweeper, and Churio walking back to the dugout, 2 down. And so the Cardinals came on quite a bit on the game of the week. They used to do Monday Night Baseball. I think that was ABC, and NBC was the Saturday game of the week. I think that's how it was laid out where I was a kid. I know it bounced back and forth, but I'm pretty sure I remember Monday Night Baseball being the thing for ABC. They were trying to play off the Monday Night Football theme. And then I do know that Saturday baseball to me was must-watch TV. As the first pitch on the way, swing. Fouls it back, cutter, it's 0-1. Bryce Terang, the batter, but that was Vin Scully and Joe Garagiola on Saturday afternoon baseball. And there was no way I was going to miss it. The 0-1 outside wide, misses, bounces off the glove, 1-1. Monday Night Baseball, it started off with Keith Jackson, but it quickly turned into the Al Michaels show. And then, of course, eventually NBC got Bob Costas, and then Bob Costas went to CBS when they got the rights. The 1-1 pitch, outside wide, ball 2, 2-1. 2-1 count. I have a hard time having a second favorite National League team as the years have gone on, so the Athletics have become my second favorite team in baseball. Is the 2-1 inside, ball 3, 3-1. That's mainly just because we rarely play them, and they play at a time where I can actually catch the game when the Braves game ends. 3-1 count. May trying to lock horns with Chad Patrick. The pitch on the way, right there, P at the knees. 4-seamer, full count. Tonight should be a fun one. Connolly early for the Red Sox. And the Braves will bring Bryce Elder to the mound, and he's been pitching well. And then tomorrow, remember, that's a 4:10 first pitch. It's kind of a weird start on a Thursday, but that will be Chris Sale Day. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Sideshow Bob dealing, baby. We're going to go to the second inning. 0-0 your score in a pitcher's duel in the Beer City.
Say something that is controversial but shouldn't be.
Lettuce is essentially useless. Not the best part of anything it's involved in. No one's ever had a Big Mac and thought, that's some good shredded iceberg.
There are many times I believe the Baseball Writers Association got it wrong when it comes to the Hall of Fame, but this might be the worst. Jolton Joe DiMaggio, one of the most historic Yankees of all time, didn't make the Hall of Fame until his 4th year on the ballot. Even more mind-boggling is the fact that in 2 of those years, he received less than half of the vote. Without question, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. The fact that he wasn't is just plain wrong. In his 13-year career, he never missed an All-Star game. His 3 MVP awards are second only to Barry Bonds. In case you haven't heard, he holds one of baseball's most unbreakable records, a 56-game hitting streak. He hit 300 or better in 11 of his 13 seasons. His .325 career batting average ranks 48th all time. At no point in his career did he finish with single digits in home run. He ended his career with 431 more walks than he had strikeouts. Or how about the fact he only struck out 8 more times than he homered in his career? How could you not put in someone who averaged 107 runs, 28 home runs, 118 RBIs, and 304 total bases over his career?
Did I my pants today? And if the answer is no, you're doing all right.
Roger just put his head down. He didn't jump in the air. He didn't wave his hands. He played it like all the other home runs he had hit in that season.
A standing ovation for Roger Maris. They are standing
So people kept clapping. The guys trying to push me out of the dugout, and I was embarrassed to go out there, you know. Really, I was embarrassed to go out there.
Meanwhile, Mantle could only watch his teammate on television from the hospital.
I would like to say that I think that's the greatest single feat I've ever seen in my life when he hit those 61 home runs.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Chad Patrick to start the top of the second inning is right there for a strike to Jordan Walker. Walker batting .296 on the year, 15 home runs, 42 RBI. The 0-1 pitch. Patrick kicks and fires. Swing. Lifts it into right field down for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for the St. Louis Cardinals. Good piece of hitting there by Walker. Just poked it over the infield. They were playing him to pull, and he shifted it off. That'll bring Nolan Gorman to the plate. 6 home runs on the year. Batting .216 at that. Patrick flips it over to first real quick to keep Jordan Walker close by. 0-0 your score. Just getting going here in the top of the second inning. Milwaukee was minus 162 on the money line. St. Louis plus 149 coming in today. Over-under was 8. The four-seam fastball, bringing it, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1 count. Patrick kicks and deals. Swing! That ball's lifted into the center field, and that's down for a base hit. And it's back-to-back singles. Runners at first and second with nobody out here for the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll go ahead and pull the screen back. So first and second, nobody out, and Mason Wynn, the batter. Righty-righty matchup. The first pitch to Mason Wynn. Swing, chopper over to third. It's going to be a 5-4-3 double play. So quickly 2 outs after 2 quick singles. Good turn by Rengifo. He had to hurry and feed it to Terang quickly, or they were never going to get the speedy win. Torres, the batter. Brian Torres, 5 for 15 this season in 4 games. He's got a .945 OPS with 1 home run and 2 RBI. Open stance from the left side. The first pitch on the way. Up high out of the zone, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. Cutter right down Main Street, 1-1. I would love to know what possesses MLB TV. So if anybody who has it understands what I'm talking about, they automatically, when you first go into the app, it just starts playing something that they have featured as the 1-1 inside. Four-seam fastball, 2-1. And so they automatically, it starts auto-playing something if you don't touch the screen within about, I think it's 15 seconds, somewhere in that neighborhood. And constantly, they're trying to jam minor league baseball down your throat. It's like, dude, take me to one of the other games. The 2-1 pitch. Patrick comes set. Turns and kicks. Swing, pops it up. And that'll end the inning. F6 in your scorecard. Cardinals threatened it, but couldn't bring it home. We'll be back in a flash here on the Braves Country Radio Network.
Tell me you grew up poor without telling me you grew up poor.
For an after-school snack, I get to have some ramen noodles. But my mom wouldn't cook them. She just give me the brick. Just a dry brick of ramen. So I'd watch the radio and eat it like a sad Pop-Tart.
This is the career of Frank Thomas. His career was built on patience, not swinging at anything off the plate. This led to a career .419 on base percentage, good enough for 22nd all-time. He had a very unique routine in the on-deck circle. He would swing a rusted piece of rebar he found during the renovation project in Old Comiskey Park. He is one of only 3 first basemen in history to win consecutive MVP awards. From 1991 to 1997, he finished in the top 10 of MVP voting every year. He holds 9 White Sox batting records. He is the only player in Major League history to have 7 consecutive seasons of a .300 batting average and at least 100 walks, 100 runs, 100 runs batted in, and 20 home runs. He is one of only 9 players to have 500 home runs and a .300 batting average. Let's also not forget he was a 5-time All-Star, a 4-time Silver Slugger, and won a batting title.
As the ball went into the right field stands, tears just ran down Mickey's face for 2 reasons. One, because his teammate and friend Roger had done it, and because he knew that he, Mickey, had blown the opportunity to become the greatest single-season home run hitter of all time as a result of this injury.
Seemed like I spent all my time in the hospital watching somebody else play.
If it was bittersweet for Mantle, for Maris, it was something else.
We were all watching Roger, and you could just see this sigh of relief going, it's over, it's over.
When the game was over, they brought Mrs. Ruth down by the clubhouse, and Raj, he whispered something in her ear. He said, Mrs. Ruth, don't feel badly. Nobody will replace the Babe.
The most dramatic home run chase in baseball history was complete. But for the Yankees, the drama wasn't. With Mantle injured and Maris exhausted, the team now had to rally to regain what it wanted most, the championship.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Nothing, your score. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and Billy the Kid, William Contreras, stands at the plate. Sideshow Bob turns and deals. The red glove, swing, lifts it into right field. Doesn't look like it's going to go very far. It will not. F9, Walker there. The Texas Ranger flips it back into the infield, and there's one away. Travis Kelce buying into the Cleveland Indians. Is this true? Smart move if you're Kelce. Righty-lefty matchup. Bauer's the batter. First pitch is in the dirt. Oh, did that get him? I guess it hit him on the shoe going by after it hit the ground. And it'll be a one-out walk or hit by pitch, however you want to put it down your scorecard. Mitchell, the batter. First pitch on the way from the left hand to the left-hander. Garrett Mitchell is a four-seam fastball high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. That's interesting. Is that where he's from, Ohio? John. 1-0. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss. A little bit of a check swing. Half-hearted effort. 1-1. Trying to think of where they played college ball at. I know they've said it a million times. I just don't really pay attention. Yeah, okay, outside of Cleveland. Well, I mean, to me, is the 1-1 right down the pipe, 1-2. You got to respect that the guy's buying into his boyhood team. I'm sure there are Chiefs fans that wish he was buying into the Royals, but as someone who likes to pull for the Royals from time to time, I'm kind of glad he's staying away from him. The 1-2 pitch, swing, fouls it away. Because all that does is add to the circus when he retires and him and Mrs. Kelce start showing up to the ball games. The 1-2 count. May delivers. Swing, slaps it back foul, and we'll do it again. I do remember that. Mahomes made so much money, he might be able to buy the Royals. And that one to me made a ton of sense because A, he's building something in that area, and B, his dad was an ex-professional baseball player. The 1-2 from May. Swing, slaps it foul. They're surely making him work today. Dustin May, this is 1 out in the second inning, and he's sitting at 27 pitches. The 1-2 count. Flips it over to first real quick. You probably honestly won't ever see or hear about him being in the vicinity unless they're in the postseason. He seems like a guy that is all about the glitz and glamour, and he's not going to be there for every day. I know you got a prejudice against him because being a Bills fan and the rivalry that they've built the last few years is the 1-2 down and in 2-2. I don't realistically dislike Kelsey. He's just kind of there. But there's no arguing that he's possibly, if he's definitely in the conversation as the greatest tight end of all time. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Sweeper got him. And there's 2 away. Good pitch there by May. His 4th strikeout of the day. I mean, his numbers are going to be second to none by the time he's done. And then you can't try to outstack him on championships because he's right there with Gronk as well. I know some people would probably put Gronk in that conversation. To me, it's probably Kelsey because of the longevity. First pitch, swing and a miss to Rengifo. It's 0-1. The 0-1 count. Cutter in the dirt, 1-1. Dustin May comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Swing, slaps it over to third. Hard hit ball, but it was an atom ball. That'll be a 5-3 putout, and we will go to the top of the third. St. Louis nothing, Milwaukee nothing. Good old-fashioned NL Central rivalry. Brewers still looking for their first hit. We'll be back in a flash.
They always say that you only live once. And that is such a relief. I cannot do this a second time, thank God.
What's something that you did in elementary school that you're still proud of to this day?
Red Rover champion. Cleaned house that day. I mean, it was last week and I was filling in for a janitor, but win's a win.
Oh, I appreciate it, my man.
What are you doing? Did you just got pickup?
Yeah, what does it look like I did?
We're not going in?
No, I got what I needed. Now we can go.
What's the point?
It's way fast.
What is the point of going to Target if you can't go in and walk around with your Starbucks drink?
This is the point. So you exactly can't do that. No, because you did not need anything. I got some shirts and some shorts. Because this is what I needed. You need nothing. You just want to.
I want to do shirts and shorts. We're going in.
No, we're leaving. That's the point of the drive up.
Serious right now?
I'm dead ass.
Do you want to start a war?
This is starting a war. Are you kidding me?
As the 1961 World Series got set to open in New York, the Cincinnati Reds were brimming with confidence, looking to do what the Pirates had done to the Yankees a year earlier, and what the Reds themselves had done to the National League. And the Yankees, they had a big problem. Mickey Mantle was still hurt.
He was weak. He was very pale, I remember. And the feeling was he'd never make it to the series.
Starting the series without their best player was cause for anxiety, but sending 25-game winner Whitey Ford to the mound for Game 1 was helpful in calming Yankee fears.
We had Whitey. If it went 7 games, I was going to pitch him at least 3. And that was our ace in the hole.
And putting Ford out there for Game 1 immediately paid dividends.
He was tough. He was like a surgeon. Just kind of cut us up and we didn't know we were bleeding. And he totally dominated the game.
Ford blanked the Reds 2-0.
Ford has his third straight World Series shutout.
He'd have a chance to make history later in the series.
Welcome back. 0-0 your score. We go to the top of the 3rd inning, and Patrick goes back to work. First pitch is called for a strike. It's 0-1. Looks like we're getting an ABS challenge. Or are we? Flashed up on the screen for just a second. Maybe they didn't do it. Looks like they did not challenge. Flashed up for just a second on the... Which one is this? I got both of them going. The 0-1 pitch swing. Lifts it out to second base. And a leaping catch there by Bryce to Rang. L4 in your scorecard. And there's one away. 1 up, 1 down. And the speed demon Victor Scott II coming to the plate. First pitch swinging by Scott. Bangs it down the line, foul. 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Brings it. Upstairs four-seamer. 1-1. One count. 0-0 your score. Nobody on. 1 out. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball. It's 1-2. It's so deep out. The crowd from Milwaukee. I don't know if he's I'm thinking he's a Cardinal fan because he's sitting next to a Cardinal fan. But you can't tell by what he's wearing, who he's pulling for. But he's got a chicken on his head. Like it's a ball. It's a cap. It looks like kind of looks like an old Muppets chicken. Old chicken head. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Yeah, I got to go with Kelsey just because of the longevity. The 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. But you can't go wrong with either one of them. But Gronk, he had more touchdowns. He's got 10 more than Kelsey, and Kelsey's played 50 more games. But they often targeted Gronk down there at the end zone, so I can't really go off of that. Kelsey has 4,000 more receiving yards in his career, the 3-2. Misses outside wide, ball 4. So he'll go on down to first, and that's a problem if you're Chad Patrick and the Brewers because Scott could be taken off at any minute. He's also got him by the end of this year, he'll have him by over 500 yards or 500 receptions. So it's really not a fair argument. First pitch is upstairs, cutter for a strike. It's 0-1. But they both have stepped up on the biggest stage, so like I said, you could do worse than end up with one of those guys on your team. The 0-1 count. Swing and a miss, four-seam fastball. It's 0-2. Washington leads Cleveland. They're going for a sweep on the Guardians. It's 1-0 in the fourth there. And Miami has a 1-0 lead on Toronto. Patrick flips it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. The 0-2 pitch. Inside, just misses. 1-2. The 1-2 brings it. Just misses off the track. Ball 2-2. I don't know why they flashed that up. I'm trying to see who this is. Oh, this is St. Louis's broadcast team. They show ABS replays almost every single pitch. The 2-2 pitch. Swing! That ball's belted high and deep. Will it hold? Going back. On the track. Making the catch at the very back of the wall is Sal Frelick for a loud out number 2. J.J. Witherholt gave that sucker a ride. And the right center field wall kind of indents in, and that's where the ball went. If it goes to the right just a little bit, that ball's gone. The wind is blowing from left to right at about 10 miles an hour. 69 degrees here in Milwaukee. The roof is open. First pitch on the way. Swing. Pops it up. Contreras doesn't see it anywhere. I believe it's fallen back into the crowd. It does. It's 0-1. Well, I mean, if we're going to get into the blocking, then give me Mark Navarro. The 0-1 turns and flips it over to first. Give me Mike Ditka. The 0-1 count. Patrick delivers. Four-seam fastball misses high, 1-1. That's one of those types of things that I believe that most sports fans do. If you don't like somebody, you will find a way to win the argument, so you'll pick at something. The 1-1. Swing fouls it back. It's 1-2. The 1-2 count. But if you really like a player, you'll find something. In other words, like, I can remember when Tebow was in the league playing quarterback, and everybody that wanted him to get starts, they would say they would try to find something you couldn't define, like he's an ultimate leader. Yeah, but he skipped the ball across the field like it was rocks at a lake. The 1-2 just got a piece of that in and out of the glove of Contreras. Give me some Zeke Moat. I don't know if y'all remember him or not. The 1-2 count. Caught a touchdown pass for the Giants in the Super Bowl against the Broncos. The only one reason why I know that guy. He went to Florida State. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing. This is high, 2-2. Back when college football was college football. Zeke was on that first championship team, the one that beat Elway in the Super Bowl. 2-2 count. Runner goes, swing, and that ball's going to get whistled into center field, down for a base hit, and the Cardinals go corner to corner as Scott got a great jump. He'll make it all the way to third. Good defense out there by Mitchell to get the ball in quickly. The way he flies, that ball wasn't right at the center fielder. They might have sent Scott. Righty-lefty matchup here. Burleson. Swing and a miss, cutter. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. See, he played for the Giants. Zeke did from 83 to 89. So he just missed that championship team, the second championship team with the Giants when they played the Bills. He finished out with the Patriots and came back to the Giants, but it was the year after they beat Buffalo. The 0-2. Swing and a miss upstairs, strike 3, and that will end the inning. So the Cardinals once again threatened but failed to score. Nothing. Brew Crew still looking for that base knock when we return.
If you're ever feeling useless, just remember you will never be as useless as a gas station across the street from Buc-ee's.
My best Larry Bird story would be the time I was on the floor with the great Pete Maravich, who was on our team at that time. We had Pete at the end of his career, and we had Larry in the beginning stages of his career. So Pete passes the ball to Larry. Pete's man runs down and double teams Larry. Larry puts some up shot. It goes astray. And we come back to the bench, and Pete goes, Larry, you're being double teamed, man. You got to pass the ball. And Larry looked up and said, if you were any good, there would be double teaming me.
Tell me you're dangerous without actually telling me you're dangerous.
One time I accidentally ate an entire pack of American cheese slices without taking them out of the wrappers. By the time they came out the other end, they looked exactly the same as when they went in. Made my butt feel like a Polaroid camera.
The Yankees had to send someone else to the mound in Game 2. And against Ralph Terry, Cincinnati's bats heated up. It was time for the bomber hitters to respond. And without Mantle, they desperately needed something from Roger Maris.
Strikes out Maris, and Raj walks off in disgust.
Roger Maris was physically and emotionally exhausted.
Resurgent Reds pitcher Joey J had led the National League in wins, and now he silenced all the Yankee bats as Cincinnati evened the series.
I pretty much shut them down. I think they ended up with 4 hits or something like that.
Suddenly, the mighty Yanks didn't seem so mighty.
Joey J was the guy that beat us, and he said he wished the Yankees were in the National League. They wouldn't last too far long in the standings.
Back in Cincinnati, the atmosphere was festive as the Reds were hosting a World Series game for the first time in 21 years.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Dustin May goes back to work. First pitch on the way from Sideshow. Kicks and fires. Fastball dots the top of the zone with a strike to Sal Frelick. It's 0-1. You're asking about Churia. He's batting second today, so he's in the hole. The 0-1 count. It'll be Frelick, Hamilton, Yelich. Excuse me, he's fourth batter due up today. Pitch upstairs, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Kicks and fires, swing. Slapper over to short. It'll be a 6-3 put out. Frelick looked back. I don't know if he thought the ball hit him. Why is he standing at first? Oh, we might be getting catcher interference. So catcher interference, I believe, is the call. So he just kind of looked backwards and lightly jogged to first, started taking off his batting gloves. That's got to be the call. Oh, yeah. Paez stuck his big mitt up there and out too far, and Frelick slapped it. Hamilton, the batter. First pitch, showing bunt. Four-seamer misses high. It's 1-0. Now he's in the hole. Jackson Churia. Standing on deck is Yelich. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Jackson Churia. In fact, he's available in just about every league I play in. Nobody wants him. The 1-0 right there on the outer edge. And I thought about it, but I was like, man, I need offense, and this guy's just not producing. By the time I really pulled the trigger on it, someone else will grab him in my the Dynasty League's the only one I really worry about. 1-1 count. Brings it. Swing. Pops it up. Should be an easy play. F4 in your scorecard. Can of corn. J.J. Weatherholt on the grab, and there's one down. But yeah, he's not hitting too great. They still have him batting second today. which is a little surprising. What's he batting this year? I mean, he's batting .277. His OPS 724. But there's a right-hander on the mound. First pitch on the way to Yelich is swung on and hit deep, but not deep enough. In the sunshine, a little pocket of sunshine out there in center field. Catch will be made by Victor Scott II. The paper company flips it back into the infield, and there's 2 away. And Jackson Cherio, the man we've been talking about, stands at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, right down the pipe for a strike. Looked like the sinker, 95 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1. I think the biggest question mark with him, and he's only had 83 at-bats, is the 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Churio's just got the 1 home run this year, and I think that's the biggest concern. But once again, he's only got the 83 at bat, so he's been a little banged up this year. Still just 22 years old. The 0-2, sweeper down and a win, 1-2. One-two count. Going to flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. His brother Jason Churio, spelled Jaison. He's 21 years old. He's down in the minor league system. The 1-2 pitch. Caught looking strike 3. My God. You got to swing the bat on that one. That looked like Austin Riley standing at the plate. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 your score.
I know I got brain rot because on a cover letter for the job, I wrote work and I spelled it with an E. I said I would like to work for your company. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is that they hired me and I couldn't live up to the hype. They thought they were hiring a fun game. And then I show up and turns out I don't work. I can barely even serve. It's terrible.
I only listen to 3 people. My barber, my dog, and the hostess at the Cracker Barrel. If you're nice to her, she gives you extra crayons, so.
And the Reds shared their fans' enthusiasm for World Series glory.
Going back to Cincinnati, we definitely thought we had the upper hand.
After sitting out the first 2 games, Mickey Mantle had seen enough, deciding that no matter how much pain he was in, he was going to play. But as the game began, Mantle's presence in the lineup didn't seem to matter, as knuckleballer Bob Perky baffled the Yanks.
Perky was pitching so well that we thought we had the game in hand.
With the Reds leading 2-1, with 2 outs in the 8th inning, they were just 4 outs away from taking a series lead. Then Johnny Blanchard was summoned to pinch hit.
I was looking for my bat, and Mickey Mantle was standing by the bat rack. And he said, John, he's going to throw you a slider, first pitch for a strike, a hard slider. And then he's going to come back with the knuckleball. Well, I'm telling you right now, I couldn't hit a knuckleball. If Bob Perky would have thrown the ball in the press box, I'd have jumped up and swung at it. I was swinging at the first pitch because Mickey Mantle told me. Well, sure enough, here comes a hard slider for a strike.
Blanchard swings at the first pitch and sends a towering fly deep to right field. Frank Robinson goes back, but the ball sails over the bleacher fence for a pinch hit home run. And the score is deadlocked at 2-2.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Jordan Walker, big right-handed slugger, standing in versus Chad Patrick. First pitch is right there at the knees. Cutter. It's 0-1. Jason Churio, by the way, he is in the Cleveland organization in the minor leagues. And I guess in rookie ball, he had top 5 stats across the board. The 0-1 swing. Punches it into right field, and it's down for a base hit. Frelick out there grabbing it. So another base hit for Walker. Second hit today for Jordan Walker. Both of them soft singles to right. Gorman stands in from the left side of the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch is upstairs. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Rocks and kicks. Cutter misses down and away. Ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Cardinals nothing, Brewers nothing. Top of the fourth inning. Patrick at 44 pitches here. Swing. Fouls it away. 2-1. Game 1 of the double dip tonight, 6:45, Braves and Red Sox. The 2-1 pitch, swing, punches that over the third base dugout, and we'll do it one more time. A 2-2 count on Gorman. Nobody out. Walker standing at first. The 2-2. And swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's one away. Chad Patrick, that is his second strikeout of the day. I want to say his over-under today was 3.5 out in the desert. How far away are you from Cleveland, Chop? Quick mound visit out there by Contreras. Going out there to talk to Patrick real quick. I couldn't figure out if the Patrick low punch-out total was because they weren't expecting him to go very long. And Drohan, the left-hander, Drohan, the left-hander is warming up in the bullpen. And so, where are we at? We're in the fifth. My guess is their plan is to have him go 2 times through the order, and then they're going to pull him. And they do that quite a bit with Patrick. Sometimes he's the piggyback coming out of the pen. I think he's extremely underused by Milwaukee. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch off the plate. Sinker misses. It's 1-0. One-0 count. Kicks and fires. Swing! Cutter in on the hands. 1-1. Is that the closest ball team to you? Not counting New York City. Flips it over to first real quick to keep Walker close by. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss at the sinker. 1-2. Okay, yeah, but you got to go through customs and all that nonsense. So how far is Cooperstown from you? The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Chad Patrick, and there's 2 away. Runner still at first, 2 outs. Righty-lefty matchup. Is Syracuse on the way? How does that work? You go through Syracuse to get to Cooperstown or what? The 0-1 pitch. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-1. Oh, okay. The 1-1. Misses high, 2-1. So 2-1 count. Patrick turns and kicks. Swing and a miss, four-seam fastball up around his eyeballs. It's 2-2. Cardinals nothing, Brewers nothing. Swing, fouls that away. So I was messaging yesterday, but I'm serious. I want to go to Cooperstown in the offseason. I don't know what your schedule's like, but we need to get together on that, see if it works out for you. I don't know who else would be willing to go, but it'd be cool if we could get others to meet up as well. The 2-2. Especially right after Andrew Jones gets inducted. The 2-2 pitch, down and in. And it is a full count. Infield, back into the right. The 3-2 pitch, swing. That ball is hammered down the right field line, and that ball is going to get into the corner. Walker's cutting third. He should score with these. It's 1-0 St. Louis. Here comes the throw towards the infield, and it's going to be a 2-out triple. Good at bat there by Torres, and Paez coming to the plate. Good at bat there by Torres. He fought some off and finally got one he can handle. 1-0 St. Louis. First pitch is a sinker upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, I'll email you about it, John. I just want to get an idea. Well, the problem with the Pete Rose thing is that won't happen for a few years because of I forget the name of the committee, but the committee is the cutter. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. The 0-2 count. I know we got a ton listening, but you and I are the only one talking back and forth, so I'm not really that worried about it. The 0-2 pitch. Runner at third, 2 outs. Yes. Yeah, what they have like a handful of those type of committees. That committee has to let them in, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will end the inning. Seems goofy to me because he was never put on the ballot. So since he was never put on the ballot, shouldn't he just be on a regular ballot? We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the fourth we go.
If anyone cares, I now identify as bacon. 73% fat and salty as
When people ask me, how'd you get so funny? I say, it's the same way I get so much volume in my hair. It's all the damage.
I'm quitting the internet. I think all the comments about how I got too fat and and how I'm not masculine enough and how I have woman-like hair, and how I swear too much. I think all those comments, they've just got to me. They've hurt me, and I'm quitting the internet. I'm a dreadful liar, but I'm back. I'm back.
Who was the best trash talker you played against?
Larry Bird.
Everybody says that.
He's the GOAT. He's the best trash talker ever.
He is the GOAT of trash talkers, Bird.
Y'all, am I tripping, or does it seem like these mosquitoes nowadays be pulling your socks down so they can bite you?
Circle of bases, and all the guys are happy, you know. Mickey still standing down by the bat rack. He wasn't smiling either. He said, "Hey, Blanche." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You owe me a 6-pack." I said, "Oh, man, I'll get you a case."
The Yankees had pulled even, and as the game moved into the 9th, Roger Maris stepped to the plate, yet to record even a hit in the series.
There's one. It is deep to right field, and that ball is going, and it is gone. Roger Maris gets his first hit of the series.
He hits the home run that puts the Yankees ahead with some mystical strength, some magic that he still had left in his body.
Maris's homer would give the Yankees the victory in Game 3.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Destin May goes back to work. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch misses high and out of the zone. Nope, they call that a strike. Okay, it's 0-1. That pitch missed high. Doesn't look like there's going to be a challenge. Terang, the batter. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. Really surprised Terang didn't challenge that call. That's how I got there last time was Syracuse. The 1-1 from May. Change up. Looks like we're getting an ABS challenge on this one. That one is it. The Cardinals challenge that one. Okay. So a 1-2 count.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
The 1-2 pitch.
You're wrong.
Swing and a miss.
You're wrong.
One away. That might have actually been a correct. So I guess the Cardinals were challenging because that pitch was in the zone. They never flashed up on the screen what the original call was, but I guess they were saying that was that the umpire had called that a ball. I mean, that was a terrible at bat by that umpire, Todd Titchener. The first one should have been challenged by Terang. First pitch swing and a miss. It's 0-1. I'm thinking Pat Murphy probably has some kind of strategy on that where he doesn't want them challenging early on. But man, when it's that obvious, the 0-1 swing, chopper towards the right side, and that'll be an easy 4-3. 2 down. Welcome in, West Row. St. Louis 1, Milwaukee nothing. Sounds good, Chop. Just let me know, because I don't really have a preference. I just know I don't want to do it around the Christmas holidays. Bauer's the batter. First pitch on the way. Drops on the outer edge. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. And the way I'm looking at it is most likely we're going to get a lockout. So I'm not that concerned about being here for all the spring training games because something tells me there's going to be a delay on that one. Pitch right there on the outer edge, 1-1. As long as it's not, during the regular season, I'm fine. The 1-1. Turns and kicks. Misses high. 2-1. So 2-1 count. Bottom of the fourth. Swing and a miss. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch may come set. Dustin May, this will be pitch 54, a little north of where he wants to be, but not too bad. Caught looking, strike three, punched him out on the outer edge, and that'll end the inning. Milwaukee Brewers trail 1-0. They have yet to get a hit. Sideshow Bob spinning a no-no here in Milwaukee.
What do you hear about the $1.50 slices?
I'm gluten-free. I have nothing to say, so.
What a f***ing nightmare.
December 28th, Woodrow Wilson was born in 1856. The 28th president of the U.S., his progressive ideas came at a huge cost to our constitutional republic. Wilson advocated for a transformative view of government. He believed government must grow and adapt to regulate new economic realities and promote social justice. Thus, the Constitution should be viewed as a living document that evolves over time. Wilson believed that the framers' emphasis on natural rights and limited government was suited to an earlier era, but insufficient for dealing with the complexities of modern industrial society. This led to significant shifts in the role of the federal government, including expanded regulatory powers and laying the groundwork for an administrative nanny state, fundamentally changing the relationship between citizens and their government.
The good news about erectile dysfunction is that it can be cured with diet and exercise. The hard part is getting your wife to diet and exercise.
Yep, I thought I wanted a family, but I love having no responsibilities here. I can get drunk whenever, sleep with anyone, and just hide in my house and avoid the world if I feel like it.
Wow, that's great. And totally doesn't sound like symptoms of clinical depression.
You could probably come up with a lot of reasons why St. Louis is known as such a great baseball town. But at the center, without a doubt, are all the great teams and all the great players who've come through the city. All of them, in a way, timeless. All of them very much products of their own eras, too. But in the 80s, there was a group of players led by a manager who even now all stand out for being a little different than all the others. You just don't see baseball played the way the 1980s Cardinals played the game anymore. Imagine a team today finishing at the bottom of the league in home runs, stealing at least 200 bases total along the way, and then winning the pennant. Crazy, right? Well, the Cardinals did that 3 times in the 80s, and it won't surprise you, it hasn't happened since.
Welcome back. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch is a four-seamer right there. For a strike, it's 0-1. The only advantage to going in November would be having football to watch when we're not in the museum. As the pitch on the way is in the dirt from Drohan, so Patrick's day is done. The 1-1 count. Brings it, swing, chopper off the plate, 1-2. The 1-2. Brings it high and out of the zone, 2-2. So, I don't know, 3 or 4, counting, landing and taking off. Because you need at least, as the 2-2 pitch swing, rolls it on the ground over towards second. It's going to be a 4-3 put out, and there's one away. You need at least 2 days where you're going to be able to walk the museum that is the Hall of Fame, because let's see if I can look it up real quick. They have banker's hours. I do remember that. Lefty-lefty matchup. J.J. Weatherholt swings at the first pitch, and he's going to shoot that towards the gap. Backhanded out there in center field by Mitchell. Gets it into the infield, but not before the St. Louis Cardinals have a lead, a one-out double here to get things going here in the 5th inning. Good piece of hitting by the Cardinals. See if I can pull up. I want to say, from what I remember, I think it's like 10-5 they're open. It's something ridiculous like that. But you get it. Like, if you go to that town, you kind of understand why things aren't open super late. It is literally a town for people who have never been. Lefty-righty. Pitch to Herrera. There's a slider at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it away. 0-2. Runner at second, 1 out. The 0-2. Swing, chops it down the third base line. Falls to the ground. Trying to see if he's injured or if he just lost his balance. St. Louis trainer's at the top of the stairs. He's going to come out here and take a look at Herrera. He is grabbing at his left foot. I don't know if that's where the ball hit him or did he twist it. So here we go. The experience is available Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. Wait a minute. This is something else. Never mind. I was reading the wrong thing. So it's saying here 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. So that's longer than I remembered it being open. Looks like that ball hit him on the top of the foot. He's got a padding there. He must hit that part of his foot a lot because it hit it right where that padding's at. Oh, it's 9 to 5 after. Okay, that's what I'm remembering. Okay, Labor Day through Memorial Day weekend, 9 to 5. That's what I remember. But is it still Monday through Sunday, or is it? I don't know why, but I thought. The 0-2 count. Check swing. Peppers it over to short, and that's going to be a 6-3 put out. Herrera gingerly running down the line. 2 down. Weatherholt makes it down to third, but there are 2 outs. I don't know if that was just in disgust or it kind of looked like he was still limping coming out. So I don't know if Herrera will stay in the game, but we'll wait on that. He's the designated hitter today, so they don't have to really address that for a couple of innings. Lefty-lefty matchup. Burleson, the batter, takes the first pitch down and in. 1-0. 1-0. Dixon fires down and in. 2-0. So it says they're open 362 days a year. They're only closed on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Day. I don't know why. I thought when I went about 7 years ago they were closed on Sundays. Is the 2-0 right there for a strike, 2-1. Happy birthday, West Row. The 2-1 count. Runner at third, 2 outs. 4-seam. Misses 3-1. Yeah, it's not laid out well at all. It took me forever to find it. Because it's confusing. They start flopping all this other stuff in front of you. You think you're reading the hours. The 3-1 pitch, swing. Pops it up into center field. That should end the inning, and it will. We'll be back in a flash. Cardinals 1, Brewers nothing. Happy birthday, West Road.
shaken, not stirred.
Hell are you doing? I told you we weren't getting involved.
You got us involved when you brought us here.
Where are you from? What's your real name? What was it before you changed it?
Giuseppe,
That's all you need, one thieving wop on the team.
it's much better than you stinking Irish.
Oh, I like him.
Just a drink. He can play. He can't throw. He can't throw and he can't field. Why do you like him?
He gets on base.
You want answers? I want the truth!
He gets on base, so do I care if it's a walk or a hit?
You do not.
I do not. Just a drink.
What draws my admiration? What is that which gives me joy?
Just a drink.
Baseball. A man stands alone at a plate. This is the time for individual achievement. But in the field, part of a team. Part of one big team. Sunny day, stands are full of fans. What does he have to say?
Just a drink.
I get nowhere unless the team wins. A day may come when the courage of men fail, but it is not this day.
Just a drink.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Forget it, he's rolling.
I think he'll ever get out of here.
One day, when I got a long white beard and 2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs.
Get busy living. Get busy dying.
Just a drink.
Do you really want to get him? What are you prepared to do? If you open the ball on these people, you must be prepared to go all the way. Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Just a drink.
The Lord hates a coward. Do you know what a blood oath is? Yes. Good, because you just took one.
Just a drink.
Go ahead. Make my day.
You can't handle the truth. Did it ever occur to you I just...
Welcome back. First pitch is a curveball right there on the outer edge. Misses right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Mitchell, the batter. Garrett Mitchell, 0-for-1 with the strikeout today. The pitch. Outside wide, 1-1. I'll have to look up where that little hotel was that I stayed at, or I guess more of a motel, but it's right there on the water. 1-1 pitch right down the pipe. 1-2. Sure, I can look it up. I'm willing to bet I paid electronically on that day, but it's within walking distance of the Hall of Fame and a couple other places. The 1-2 just misses. They want to challenge this one. It's going to be a close one. Looked like it might have hit the zone. And it does. Good challenge there by the Cardinals. One away. Dustin May still pitching a no-no through 5 innings, or 4 1/3, I guess I should say. He's got 8 strikeouts. Where's this Dustin May been? 4.63 ERA on the year. Rengifo, the batter, first pitch swinging. Cutter inside, it's 0-1. Remember when he first came up with the Cardinals, he was supposed to be one of the top prospects in all of baseball. He could not stay healthy with Los Angeles. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. Right field should be an easy play for Jordan Walker. It is. F9 your scorecard, and there's 2 down. Possibly, Chop. I just remember it was within reasonable walking distance of the Hall of Fame, and then when you come out of the Hall of Fame and you go to your left, there's a couple of restaurants, but then there's also this old-timey sports bar that was really cool to hang out in. Curveball misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. I was talking about it with my wife the other day, and she has no interest in going, so I'm like, we gotta get some baseball fans to go. But since I came back in 2019 from my trip, I've been talking about going back. Like, you can't do enough there. Is the pitch right there for a strike? It's 1-1. So I think ideally, I don't know, you fly in on a Tuesday and you leave out on either a Friday or Saturday. Pitch in the dirt sweeper, 2-1. Because then that allows you to, catch a Thursday night football game there somewhere. if we do it in the fall, if we do it in the spring, then there's tons of sports going on, and of course basketball and hockey will be going on too at that time. The 2-1 count. Swing, pops it back, foul, 2-2. When I went, it was during the postseason. It had to have been early October because I don't think it was like the NL or ALCS. I want to say it was the early rounds. I know Boston played it in a game that I watched at one of those bars. There were a ton of Red Sox fans in there. The 2-2. Outside wide. Think they're going to challenge this, or is he not? He tapped his helmet. Are they challenging it? Could have he went to raise his hand. I don't know what happened. So I guess there's no challenge. The 3-2 pitch, swing, chopper back up the middle, and making the sliding grab out there at short is Wynn. Jumps up, fires him out, and that'll end the inning. What a great play by Mason Wynn. We will go to the top of the 6th. No, going for Sideshow Bob, baby.
Hey guys, what do you call two monkeys that share an Amazon account? Prime mates. I'll stay outside.
Charles Darwin was just 22 years old, clean-shaven, with a father who said he wouldn't amount to much when, December 27th, he set sail in HMS Beagle in 1831. Darwin became interested in natural science, leading to his position aboard the Beagle as a naturalist. The ship's mission was to survey the coasts of South America, setting up timekeeping stations. Over the nearly 5-year journey, Darwin went ashore as often as he could, recording observations, collecting specimens, and taking copious notes. In the Galapagos Islands, he noticed subtle differences among species of finches and tortoises on different islands, sparking ideas about adaptation and natural selection. Upon his return to England, aware of the controversy his ideas might ignite, Darwin only published works on geology. However, years later, when another naturalist, Alfred Russel Wallace, was going to present his own theory of evolution, Darwin, having all the notes and evidence, presented with him and finally published On the Origin of Species in 1859, setting up the debate between evolution and creationism that rages to this day.
Sometimes I'd like to make new friends, but then I realize anybody I have anything in common with probably also doesn't enjoy leaving their house, so I'll just stay on my phone.
The way the Cardinals played in the 80s came to be known as Whitey Ball, after their manager, Whitey Herzog. The approach actually had its roots in Herzog's 1970s Royals teams, who won 3 straight division titles late in the decade. But despite that success, after his 4th season in Kansas City, Whitey had a sense his days were numbered.
I knew the first time that I didn't win a division or get into the playoffs, I'd be gone. 79, we finished 3 games out. I set an all-time attendance record, and I went hunting with George Brett on Monday, and he said, "What do you think is going to happen?" I said, "Well, I got a 10 o'clock in the morning, I got an appointment at the ballpark." I said, "I'm going to get fired." So I got fired.
You're home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball right there for a strike. It's 0-1. We'll do it again, Westro, because I guess you weren't paying attention. Happy birthday, Westro. The 0-1 misses. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing, chopper, back up the middle. It's going to get backhanded over there at second by Turang. 4-3 put out, and there's one away. Yeah, man, the more the merrier, I say. If she wants to come, come. I might be able to convince my wife to go if she knows that someone else is going that's the female persuasion. I think she views it as it's going to be a bunch of guys in there just staring at baseball museum stuff and nothing else to do. But either way, I look at it as the more the merrier. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch swinging. Fouls it down the line. It's 0-1. Figure anybody who is married to you has got to be pretty cool beans, considering how big of a leash she gives you to hang out and watch ball games and whatnot at night. Lefty-lefty, slider off the edge. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. But she's gone on a bunch of trips with one of her girlfriends as the O2. Mrs. High 1 and 2. And we'll probably continue to do so, especially during the baseball season where I'm kind of locked into position here. And so this is just, me getting out and doing my thing is the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There's 2 down. It's much better when you get older and your better half isn't someone that feels like they have to be locked on to you. You know what I mean? Because I can remember when I was younger, man, I went on some terrible trips with girls that I dated, and vice versa. They probably tell you the same. Because we felt like, whoa, you got to be with me. But as I've gotten older, I'm just like, you do you, I'm going to do me. The curveball right there to start off the at-bat is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. But if it's something that interests her, then, it'd be a different story. But she doesn't care about. She likes the Braves, but that's the extent of it. The 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. I'll go on some rant about someone rehabbing in the minor leagues. This might be coming up for the Braves or something. And she'll just give me this deadpan look like, why are you talking to me about this? Is the 1-1 pitch, curveball in the dirt. Did he go around? First base umpire Tyler Jones says no dice. 2-1. It's the first time I think I've seen Tyler Jones without a mask on. That is a young umpire. The 2-1 count. Inside 3-1. Yeah, either way, like I said, bring her, or if she doesn't want to come, understood as well. The 3-1 pitch, swing, rips it up the middle, grabbed, thrown over to second. Good play over there by Hamilton. It's a 6-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Brewers better wake up them bats, son. It's a no-no in Milwaukee.
Someone the other day told me just to go with my gut feeling. If I feel like something's right, do it. It is now approximately 8:30 in the morning, and I ended up with tacos and beer. And I'm not saying that I think this is a bad idea. I just don't know how we got here.
Dad?
Yeah.
What's wrong now?
Your mother added me to that family group texting thing, and I just got 47 text messages in the last 5 minutes. It's kind of bullshit.
Club, man.
What club? This club just means that I got to sit there and listen to 300 messages every 10 minutes. The last group of messages was about what time we're eating lasagna on Sunday.
Hey, man, that's just how group threads work.
Well, that's what I don't want to be part of. This play-by-play on your sister's cat throwing up is going to turn into a nightmare.
I mean, I just mute the conversation.
What, am I a ninja? You want me to mute 47 different people?
You just turn off your phone, then.
Well, that's not going to work.
Why not?
What if I missed the important text messages from your mother at Target showing me what glorious throw pillow she's found?
Yeah, is it a big deal if you miss Mom's text from Target?
Well, if I miss those texts from her, how am I supposed to know how to lie? I gotta pretend to be interested in the she's interested in, and if I miss the text messages, I won't have any idea what we're talking about. Welcome to being married.
Hey, I just want y'all to know, if y'all ever decide to make plans with me, if I have a 30-minute appointment scheduled for that day, that means that entire day is booked.
In late May of 1980, he's fishing in the Ozarks in Missouri, and Gussie Bush's office calls from St. Louis and wants him to manage the Cardinals.
He hadn't won since 1968, and he said he wanted one more time, whether Clydesdales could run around Busch Stadium. He'd like another pennant winner, not necessarily a World Series winner. I watched him play for 2 weeks, and I went to Gussie, and I point blank said, "You got overpaid prima donnas that are never going to win." Well, he said, "What do you want to do about it?" I said, "I want to tear it apart with speed. I want to change the philosophy." His answer was, "Do it."
Dustin May goes back to work. First pitch is a bender in the dirt. Pulls back. Did they give? Nope. They called it a ball. It's 1-0. I knew I was seeing that constantly on the St. Louis broadcast. At the bottom of their score bug, it'll flash up ABS challenge. Is the 1-0 right there for a strike, 1-1. But there's no real reason for it. It just kind of pops up. It must be someone fat fingering something. Dustin May is sitting at 68 pitches. He's got a no-hitter in the bottom of the sixth, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. And before anybody says it, I'm not a fan of either one of these teams. I'll say no-hitter as many times as I want. If it was a Brave pitching, I would be much more delicate as I mentioned what was going on. I did not know that, Chop. The 1-2, swing. Rolls it over to second, underhanded scoop, and it's a 4-3. Weatherholt. Good defensive play there, one away. One up, one down, and Yelich, the batter. First pitch on the way. It misses high. It's 1-0. Dustin May, 8 Ks, no walks. There was an error. The 1-0 pitch, swing, rolls it foul, 1-1. There was also a hit by pitch, so the perfecto is not in line, but the no-hitter is. The 1-1. Swing, rolls it over to second. 4-3, and there's 2 down. Now, I would love to see if this unfolds, how long they let Dustin May go. I'm a firm believer that a combined no-hitter is garbage. It's not even worth bringing up. The other night, the Astros had one, I think 3 different pitchers. And, yeah, that's fine. It's cute, but it's not record book worthy, in my opinion. If you don't do it by yourself, I don't want to hear about a combined no or perfecto or whatever. Cutter misses. They called for a high strike. It's 0-1. Todd Titchener. Welcome in, Bagman. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing. Lifts it. Center field. Going back on the track. And making the catch on the warning track for a loud out number 3. He's at 75 pitches. This no-hitter's doable. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Bad news for e-cigarette users. You look stupid.
Have you ever been so frustrated with the lack of direction at your job that you just wanted to quit? That is exactly what happened to Hall of Fame pitcher Hal Newhouser. Hal Newhouser had a 17-year Hall of Fame career filled with lots of accolades. After he retired, he returned as a scout for the Orioles, the Indians, the Tigers, and the Astros. He was responsible for discovering Milt Pappas, who went on to win 209 games, and Dean Chance, who won the Cy Young in 1964. Prior to the 1992 draft, he went to the Astros and told them to select Derek Jeter with the first overall pick and pay him whatever he wanted. The Astros would ignore his advice and instead go with Phil Nevin, who didn't necessarily have a bad career, but he never came close to the career Jeter had. 5 picks later, the Yankees would draft Jeter, and we all know how that turned out. Rookie of the Year, 5 World Series rings, 14-time All-Star, and over 3,400 hits. The day after the draft, Hal Newhouser quit the Astros, ending a career of more than 50 years in professional baseball. One can only imagine how much this would have changed the course of history if the Astros had not ignored his advice. And how scary of an infield would the Astros have had with Biggio, Bagwell, and Jeter.
I don't know which parents need to hear this right now, but your kids are absolutely throwing your spoons away.
So Whitey had a vision for the Cardinals and a plan to get the job done. He took himself temporarily out of the dugout late in 1980 to take over as the team's general manager. And a few months later, the White Rat would send the baseball world into a frenzy at the winter meeting.
I got down to Dallas about 6 o'clock, and he comes bursting through the door and he says, "Where you been? I got trades to make." And by 6 o'clock the next morning, he'd made an 11-player deal with San Diego to get Raleigh Fingers, and that was only the beginning.
The following day, Herzog strikes a trade with the Cubs to get through Suter. He has, at least for a few days, what he calls the greatest bullpen ever.
So now I've got 2, and if I can do 1 or 2 more things by the time I leave here, I think the general manager's done his job, and then if the manager don't screw it up, we'll be all right.
And then everyone's thinking, well, what's Whitey going to do? You know, he's not going to be able to keep both these guys happy. They both want to close games.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. 1-0 your score. St. Louis leads. Lefty-lefty matchup. Man, I'm getting it all wrong here in the inning. First pitch on the way from Aaron Ashby to Torres. Right there, top of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 drops a bunt down. Ricochets foul. 0-2. The only thing dumber than like a combined no-hitter, in my opinion, is when like college football fans root for teams in their conference to win a championship. What, dude? What are you doing? The 0-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3, one away. Considering this is all about recruiting, you're pulling for someone in your conference to be good. And when they'll brag about how you get someone like for instance, you get an SEC fan, but their favorite team is South Carolina, and they're bragging about how good the SEC is, or Vanderbilt or whatever. You're like, yeah, but what have you done, son? First pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. It's the most dumbfounding thing in sports, Chop Shop. I've never understood it. I've argued many a nights in many a bars when I was bartending and whatnot with people that are like, why would you pull for someone in your conference? The 0-1. Check swing goes away. It's 1-1. I'm like, man, that's the equivalent of pulling for someone in your state, right? Like a Florida State fan pulling for the Gators. Like, what are you doing? The 1-1 counts, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Yeah, college fans, man, a lot of them are dopey at best. The 1-2 count, swing, chopper down the line. We'll do it again. Cardinals trying to stave off a sweep, and the Brewers have been no hit so far. 7th inning. Brew Crew have scattered 6 hits on the Cardinals. St. Louis leads 1-0. The 1-2. 2-2. Tarps are off here in Milwaukee. What is it, about, say, 300-400 fans up there doing the tarps off celebration. The 2-2 pitch, swing, chops it foul. Two count. They are fixated by this on the St. Louis broadcast. The 2-2 swing, lifts it, right center field. That ball's going to get down for a base hit. Up against the wall, grabbing it, flipping it into the infield is Mitchell. It's a 1-out double by the St. Louis Cardinals. Well, Bags, that's baseball. I mean, the hardest thing to do in Major League, the hardest thing to do in sports is to hit a baseball. And you get a guy who's rolling one day. What's the old saying? Today's momentum is today's starting pitcher. First pitch is a curveball hanging right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Ashby's got to be careful of that pitch. That thing hung up there. Victor Scott, who's 0 for 1 with the walk. Slider in the dirt, 1-1. So 1-1 count. It's the Abner Uribe curse. Ever since he did the gyrate, he haven't gotten a hit. The 1-1 in the dirt. That ball's blocked by Contreras, and he slapped at it. He blocked it, but he slapped at it almost like it was a bumblebee coming at him. He's lucky that ball didn't get away. Rolled a little bit to his right. 2-1 count. Turns and kicks. Strike on the outer edge. It looks like we're going to get an ABS challenge. That's a close one. Extremely close. Right now it's a 2-2 count, but we'll see what happens with the ABS challenge, and he will win that challenge. So a 3-1 count. Swing and a miss. Filthy sinker. Full count. Ashby at one point was a starter and has been put into the bullpen. He's got some filthy stuff. I think he's one of the more underrated left-handers in Major League Baseball. The payoff pitch. Swing, chops it off his instant. That got a piece of the umpire as well. He's limping away. Contreras is going to slowly walk the ball out to the pitcher. Home plate umpire Todd Titcher kind of claps his hands together and says, let's go, I'm ready. You always get, oh yeah, that ball went straight into his foot. I thought it hit a piece of Scott, but no, it went straight into his foot, the umpire. The payoff pitch. Runner at second, one out, and right there, caught looking, strike three. Got caught watching the paint dry, sinker right down the pipe. Cleveland, good news for Braves country. Cleveland has taken a 3-1 lead over Washington. They're in the bottom of the eighth as they're trying to fight off a sweep as well. Washington's come in red hot. 1-1 in Toronto. Marlins and Blue Jays. Is the first pitch to J.J. Weatherholt, the leadoff man for the Cardinals. Pitch down and in on the 1-0. Blue Jays have taken a 2-1 lead, bottom of the sixth. Now in Toronto over the Marlins. The 1-0, turns and kicks, swing. In and out of his glove, 1-1. Mariners 3, A's nothing, just getting going in the first inning in Sacramento. Later on this afternoon, you got the Diamondbacks at the Giants at 3:45, and the Phillies are in San Diego for the final game of that series. The 1-1 down and in. Ball 2-1. That's a 4-10 first start. And the second game of our doubleheader, 6:45, Braves Red Sox. We'll come on the air about 6:15. Get you ready for that. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, lifts it into center field, drifting back. Underneath it is Mitchell, and that'll end the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the seventh. Time to get up and stretch. 1-0, St. Louis, a no in progress. Welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the first pitch on the way is swung on by Turang. He'll ground out over to second base, and with one down, Dustin May, 76 pitches in, and he needs 8 more outs. And first pitch swinging outs, that'll get you to a no-no. Righty-righty matchup. May kicks and fires. P at the knees, good sinker. 0-1. Be kind of cool to see Dustin May do this. Not that I care about who wins the game, but it'd be cool to see May do it considering all that he's been through in his career. The 0-1 swing. Pops it up down the right field line, giving chase, and making the catch there right near foul territory is Jordan Walker, and 2 down. I've noticed on all my electronic scoreboards that I follow during the ball games, they've all started flashing that there's a no-no alert. So you know you're getting close. If it wasn't for a hit by pitch and a error, you'd have a perfecto on board. The first pitch, four-seam fastball, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. I've always felt like it's the dumbest rule in baseball that your team has an error and that prevents you from getting a perfect game. Now look, he's already hit a guy, so it's a moot point in this ball game. This is the 0-1. Sweeper down and in, 1-1. Why is my perfect game taken away because the shortstop kicks one into the outfield? Infield is back and to the right. The 1-1. Turns and kicks. Right there, bottom of the knees. 1-2. I also think what you're going to see, because the no-no, and everybody in the building's very aware of the no-no, that you're going to get a much more favorable strike zone from the home plate umpire Titchener. The 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3. That got all of it. Top corner, baby. 97 miles an hour, 82 pitches in. We got a no-no brewing in Brewer country.
Let me break you down. I'm sorry that you had a up life. I didn't.
You guys have to see
Roger, at Cornell University, they have an incredible piece of scientific equipment known as the tunneling electron microscope. Now, this microscope is so powerful that by firing electrons, you can actually see images of the atom, the infinitesimally minute building block of our universe. Roger, if I were using that microscope right now, I still wouldn't be able to locate my interest in your problem.
How the do you blow that lead? God, I hate this team. How is it that a starting pitcher will go in there, pitch 6 scoreless innings, and then every time some gets up there in the 7th and starts serving up meatballs like he's working at a sub shop?
Hey, does anybody else feel angry as hell whenever somebody's in the kitchen at the same time as you?
Meanwhile, Herzog created another logjam on the roster when he signed free agent catcher Darryl Porter, who'd been an all-star for him in Kansas City. But the Cardinals already had an all-star and fan favorite behind the plate, future Hall of Famer Ted Simmons.
Ted Simmons was a terrific player, one of the great catchers of his era, who had a dynamic, charismatic personality, very popular.
My favorite player on the Cardinals of all time is Ted Simmons, and I only wanted to be a catcher in baseball, mostly because of Ted Simmons. He was my favorite guy on the Cardinals in the 70s.
Whitey's idea for keeping both catchers in the lineup was curious, to say the least. A solution that involved his star first baseman, Keith Hernandez.
His master plan was to put Teddy Simmons at first base. Hernandez, a Gold Glove first baseman, was going to be playing in left field at the start of games. That didn't sound right to me, but it sounded right to him, and he thought it would work for 6 innings. He'd change him back.
I mean, I thought he was crazy. I mean, he was going to weaken himself in 2 positions defensively. Ted eventually balked at it and put an end to it. So I guess Whitey had to make a decision.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Herrera. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Ashby back to work. The 1-0 sinker. Misses high and out of the zone. Lefty-righty matchup. Ball 2-0. So Ivan Herrera, who was hitting the foot his last time up and gingerly ran down to first, appears to be okay. The 2-0 right there. Sinker at the knees. 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Ashby kicks, drops the curveball down and in. Did he go around? Tyler Jones, first base umpire, says he did not. 3-1. Three-1 count. Just grabbed the ball in the zone. Full count. Herrera wants to challenge this. If he wins the challenge, he'll walk. And he does win the challenge, so he'll head on down to first. And it's a leadoff walk for the Cardinals. Lefty as Burleson comes to the plate. First pitch is a strike. Sinker at the knees. 0-1. The 0-1. Ashby comes set. Curveball off the edge. 1-1. That curveball of his, it's got a lot of movement. He doesn't hit his right spots all the time, but when he gets that thing about midway and it drops out of the zone, that thing's unhittable. 1-1 pitch, swing, lifts it. Deep center field. Drifting back at the warning track, making the catch is Garrett Mitchell for a loud out, number 1. Major League Baseball standings. Let's start with the NL Central. Milwaukee with the 3.5 game lead, but if this score holds, St. Louis will be back within 2.5. Cincinnati is 4 back. Pittsburgh 4.5. The Cubs 4.5. Cubs and Pittsburgh play tonight. First pitch swinging by Walker, drags it over to third. It's going to be a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play. Good double play by the Brew Crew, and that'll end the inning. They're looking to see if they might want to challenge it. I doubt it. We'll go to break. 1-0, St. Louis.
106 miles from Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Have dinner, buddy. Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
Salad. They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next. You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're
probably see the double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. Dustin May goes back to work, and no hits so far through 7 innings. He starts here in the 8th with the reasonable pitch count. First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone. Cutter misses high. It's 1-0. That was pitch number 83 by Sideshow Bob. The 1-0. Just misses inside ball 2-0. He's got 9 strikeouts to go along with no hits, no walks. He does have the 1 hit by pitch, and of course there was the error early in the game. The 2-0 count. Swing, slices it towards left field, making the running grab, and he's going to lose it. Ball goes over his head, and it is a lead-off double for the Brew Crew. So close, darting in towards the ball. Misplayed out there by Torres. I don't know if the sun had any effect on it, but it's the first base hit of the game. And 4-seam fastball misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Luis Rengifo, the batter. The 1-0. Showing bunt. He does bunt it down like good bunt. That's going to be an infield single. Holy Toledo. Nobody was there to make the play. Gorman, the third baseman, was covering the third base bag. I think that was a poor decision by Gorman. You got to go get the out and not worry about, you're never going to get the runner going to third. Paez is the only one that charged the ball, and it was far away from him. Runners at the corners, nobody out. You would think the Cardinals, I haven't seen it yet, but yep, there we go. Bullpen, JoJo Romero, the left-hander. He looks like he's ready. So that mound visit might have been just to buy some time. Sal Frelick is a left-handed bat, and he is coming up. And yep, that's going to be it. Carlos Marmol will come get the ball. What a great job by Dustin May. Sideshow Bob goes 7 innings of 1-hit ball. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Radio Network. 1-0 here in St. Louis, or here in Milwaukee. And the Brewers are threatening.
Who else downloaded TikTok thinking, hey, I won't get addicted to it? Well, that was a lie.
Irish people, avert your eyes. There's a potato shortage. Not again. This is the worst news to hit Ireland since the last potato shortage. And before that, we didn't have any bad news. Why is there a shortage of potatoes? It's because of the weather. People wonder why all we talk about is the weather. It's because if the weather does not look favourably upon Ireland, there's no potatoes. And without potatoes, historically, we don't do that well. Without potatoes, all Ireland is a random, useless island with a load of tech companies' headquarters on it. I'm calling on Google and Apple to sort this the out.
I remember Whitey grabbing him and dragging him down off the field and the booing. Gary's a good friend and he straightened himself out a long time ago. But when that happened, he had to go.
I promised Gussie that he wouldn't be on the team the next year, but I wanted to give me a chance to see what I could do.
1981 would end up being an odd year for the Cardinals. and all of baseball for that matter, when the players' strike interrupted the middle of the season for almost 2 months, a unique resolution was put into effect for the season, a resolution that somehow left the Cardinals outside of the playoff, despite having the best overall record in the National League East.
When the strike was called and lasted for so long, the brain trust in Major League Baseball decided to turn the season into 2 halves. Well, overall record, we had the best record, but we didn't finish first in either so-called half.
I was angry. I'm sure we all were kind of angry, saying, hey, wait a minute, we had the best record in the National League East, and we're not in the playoffs.
But that was the breaks. We didn't go, and that just kind of set.
Welcome back. First pitch from Romero. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Runners on the corners. Nobody out. Lefty-lefty matchup. Sal Frelick at the plate. The pitch on the way. Swing chopped over towards first. And it's going to be a force play down to second base. Fielder's choice, and Mitchell will stay put at third. I thought he would try to force a throw down there. And he was standing there with his feet in cement. So Vaughn will hit for Hamilton. Runners on the corners and 1 out. St. Louis leads this 1-0, bottom of the 8th inning. And Andrew Vaughn standing in. And Romero finally set to deliver. First pitch on the way, high and out of the zone. 1-0. Infield back and to the left. Well, I say back, they're more of halfway. They cheat in as the ball comes to the plate, but they're sitting at about the halfway mark, hoping to turn 2 as the 1-0. Sinker, 1-1. Bottom of the order, so Yelich is standing on deck. In the hole is Jackson Churio. The 1-1. Just misses down and in. Ball 2, 2-1. It's a 2-1 count. Yep, Scarlett, welcome in. We were keeping an eye on that game for you. The 2-1 pitch, swing, fouls it away. 2-2. So that's good news in Braves country as the Nationals came in today 8.5 behind Atlanta. Philadelphia, they're looking for a sweep today at San Diego. They're 9 behind Atlanta. The 2-2. Caught looking, strike 3. Man, you come into pinch hit, Vaughn, you got to swing the bat. What was that? 2 down. Miami Marlins. Oh, that game is let's see where that game is. Miami Marlins trail 2-1 there in the 8th. And the Mets will play the Reds later on. They are 15 back of the Atlanta Braves. Lefty-lefty matchup. Sinker at the knees. It's a 1-0. Yeah, Tom, it's not technically broken up. The no-hitter was broken up. The double to the wall to start the inning. The 1-0. Inside. Ball 2, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Good to see you, Will-I. Tom, Scarlett. See if anybody else snuck in here. Bagman, John, Rich 22. 2-0 pitch, swing. That ball's going to get through the infield, and that is going to tie the ball game. 1-1. Still 2 outs, and runners will be on the corners once again. RBI single for Christian Yelich. Good piece of hitting there by Christian. Rocketed through the infield. They were playing him to pull, but no one was near that ball as it skipped past the right side of the second base bag. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Boots it. He boots it. Mason Wynn kicks the ball away, and it's 2-1 Milwaukee. Mason Wynn spits the bit. All he's got to do is grab that ball and toss it to second base, and the inning's over in a tie ball game. But instead, the Milwaukee Brewers have taken a 1-run lead. Wow. Going out there to talk to Romero. Two on, 2 out. And Jackson Cherio coming to the plate. Brewers 2, Cardinals 1. Bottom of the 8th. 2 on, 2 out. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Terang. Is called a ball, but they want to challenge. It looked like it hit the zone. And it did. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Sweeper. Right there for a strike. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. In the dirt. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing. Slices it over to the left side of the infield. Wynn once again fires it to first. This time he'll make the play, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Milwaukee Brewers put 2 on the board. They take a 1-run lead. We go to the top of the 9th. Brewers looking to slam the door when we return. Welcome back. McGill is on, the right-hander, to try to close this one out. Milwaukee leads this one 2-1. Trevor McGill comes in with a 5.00 ERA and a 1.17 whip. He was penciled in as the Milwaukee closer to start the year, but now it's been more of by committee because of the high ERA for a closer. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Gorman is a four-seamer at the knees. It's 0-1. Trevor McGill, 6'8", 253-pounder out of Long Beach, California. His brother Tyler McGill is the 0-1. Lifts it into left. Drifting over, making the easy catch is Jackson Churio, and there's one away. His brother Tyler McGill is with the New York Mets organization. Mason Wynn, who booted the ball that would have kept the game tied, is standing at the plate, takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Check swing. Did he go around? Knuckle curve in the dirt. He did not. 1-1. McGill has not given up a home run this year, even with that high ERA. No home runs through 18 innings pitched. The 1-1 pitch, swing. Rolls it towards the infield, middle of the infield. And the second baseman and shortstop, Terang and Hamilton, almost collide. The ball bounces away, and it'll be an infield single for the St. Louis Cardinals. So tying run at first with one out. Going to flip it over to first real quick. Keep the runner close by. Well, that's good to hear, Willis. Righty-lefty, the pitch. Right there on the inner track, four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour. It's 0-1. One run, 8 hits. Scattered by the St. Louis Cardinals in 2 costly errors. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Milwaukee. We're in the top of the 9th, the 0-1. Runner goes, and the ball is juggled. And that's going to be a stolen base. I'm not sure what happened. That looked like witchcraft by Wilson Contreras. The ball hits his glove, and he went to try to pop it out to grab it. And it had popped out of his mitt all the way, so he backhanded, somehow kept the ball. If he swats that ball and he gets away, the runner's going to be standing at third with one out. The 1-1. Misses high, ball 2-1. I don't think I've ever seen that in a baseball game. Guy backhand, especially with a catcher's mitt, backhand the ball like that cleanly. And it looked like it was just reactionary. Once again, it looked like what we talked about earlier in the game. It looks like he's swatting a fly. The 2-1 upstairs. Call that a strike? It is not a strike. Torres will win this challenge. We're going to go. I'm not even going to wait for the decision. That thing is 3 inches out of the zone. Unbelievable. It's so bad that they don't even let you know how much. We talked about that earlier in the month, but when it's such a bad call, they don't tell you how bad it misses. They just say the call's overturned because they don't want to embarrass the ump. 3-1 pitch, swing, pops it up. High into center field, but that should be an easy catch. It is. Pretty deep on the play. So the throw comes back into the infield, and the runner will scamper down to third, but now there's 2 outs. Bad decision by Torres to swing at that with the 3-1 count in his favor. Now the Brewers either win this one here with an out, or the Cardinals are going to need either a base hit, an error, a balk, wild pitch, something to bring that runner home from third. Quick mound visit right now between Contreras and Miguel. I don't see anybody else out there, so I think they're just going over strategy. Oh, what could have been if we would have kept Billy the Kid behind the plate for the Braves. What a dumb trade that was. Could have had him and Baldwin just going back and forth, taking turns DHing. Pozo coming into pinch hit. First pitch swinging. And it's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. William Contreras, by the way, Braves fans, if you're wondering, he's got 4 home runs, a .303 batting average, and a .780 OPS. Wouldn't that have been nice to fill in? The 0-1 swing pops it up. Back out of play. It's 0-2. So the Cardinals are down to their last strike. The 0-2 count. Yohel Pozo. The 0-2 pitch. Miguel comes set. Turns and brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chased 100 off the plate. And that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. Brewers win. Brewers win. The Milwaukee Brewers win 2-1. 2 runs, 3 hits. No errors for Milwaukee. 1 run, 8 hits, 2 errors for St. Louis. Player of the game, I mean, the real player of the game is Dustin May, going as long as he did with almost getting the no-hitter, but we will never give a player of the game to someone who loses. So player of the game, we'll give it to Christian Yelich's RBI single was the game winner, and we will see you tonight, 6:45 first pitch. Come on the air in about a little over 2 hours from now. Y'all have a great night, great afternoon. We'll see you for Braves Red Sox Bryce Elder Day in Fenway Park.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.